Hi everybody, my name is Frank and I'm a ProPresenter trainer, and I decided to make this video to share with you what I believe are the top 5 shortcuts that ProPresenter 6 has to offer. Now you're probably wondering, how did I narrow this down to 5? Well, it wasn't easy, because I know ProPresenter has many shortcuts to offer. In fact, you probably have at least a dozen or more shortcuts that you already know, and that's kind of my point, and that's the reason why I made this video. I don't want to show you something that you already know. I want to show you some shortcuts that are very valuable, that are actually not too easy to find. And are still extremely powerful. And that's a strange combination, I know. But basically, these are shortcuts that I know you're going to use, that I know you're going to find valuable. And I think after you've watched this video, you're going to agree with me, and you're probably going to want to watch this again, because these are powerful shortcuts. So let's get started, and let's talk about what I think is one of the top shortcuts that you should know as an operator. And that is the ability to quickly clear everything in your preview window. In case everything goes wrong, you need to click on one button to get it all clear. Well, that's the F1 key. Now, this is important because on a Mac, on a newer Mac, the F1 through F5 keys are disabled as shortcuts in ProPresenter 6. And for whatever reason, they just don't work. And I know that the F1 key is a valuable keyboard shortcut to quickly clear everything in your preview window in case everything goes wrong. In fact, the F2 key is also a good one. That's to clear just the slide. And the F3 key is a shortcut to clear just the background. Now I know these buttons are right here. You can clear all, clear slide, or clear background, but it's very handy if you can rest your finger on the F1 or the F2 or the F3 key and quickly push that to clear something from your preview window, if not everything, in case everything goes wrong, right? Which is the F1 key. So you have to re-enable that capability outside of ProPresenter, because Apple kind of locked those up for something else, and ProPresenter has no control over that. So let me show you how to reactivate the F1 through F5 keyboard shortcuts. There's a bunch there. So how do you do that? Well, you have to navigate up to the left-hand corner of your Apple computer and mouse click on the Apple icon, there it is, and then navigate down to System Preferences. You click on that, you go into your System Preferences menu, you go to the second row and you click on Keyboard right here. And then you go to the keyboard category, and by default, this guy is not checked. You have to check that and then close this out. And now when you push the F1 key, this is a great shortcut. F1 clears everything. Wow, perfect. Hallelujah, that's back. Well, let me click on this to bring that back. Let me click on the background to bring that back, because now the F2 key, which will clear just the slide, is also back. And we bring that back. Now the F3 key, I'll push that, is also back to clear just the background. Very handy. All the F1 keyboard shortcuts are now back. They're now enabled. If you follow that really cool procedure that I just shared with you, you're going to love this, because at least doing that for the F1 key, which will clear all, I'll push it again, that clears everything. That is extremely handy, very useful tool. Again, like I said, if everything goes wrong, you've got one quick button to push and it clears everything. So I know for sure you're going to find that very handy, especially when you reenact the F1 through F5 keys on your keyboard for Mac. Now on a PC, I believe by default, those are all still active. Okay. Anyway, great stuff. Let's move on to the next one. The next keyboard shortcut is, I think, a very important one as well. It's called Paste and Match Style. Now, this works when you want to quickly paste some lyrics or some text or some Bible verses right into a slide from like a Word document. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to create a new slide within this document. I'll navigate down here to the plus button. I'll click on that. Now I have a new slide. Well, I want to go into the slide editor. A quick way to do that is to push the Control key down on my keyboard and then push the mouse down. So Control mouse click and select Edit Slide. I could also click on the Editor button here on my toolbar. I'll do that just to make it easy. And let me bring in a Word document to show you what I'm talking about. And I want to show this to you because this is a very common way to bring text into a slide. You find a document. I'll use this. This is the lyrics to Amazing Grace on a Word document. And I'll mouse click and select maybe the first verse. And then I'll push Command C to copy. All right, then I'll move this out of the way. And a lot of ProPresenter operators, well, they'll click where it says click here to add text, and they'll push Command V to paste, and it doesn't work. I mean, it did work. It's there. You just can't see it because the format is incorrect from the document that it came from. I hope that makes sense. It's kind of a mess. So I'm going to undo that by pushing Command Z. Oh, there's another shortcut, Command Z. That's a great shortcut, actually. I'm going to navigate up to the menu, and I'm going to navigate to the word Edit. I'll mouse click on that and select Paste and Match Style. There's the shortcut, which I'll tell you what that all means in just a second. But when I click on this, it'll paste exactly what I need it to paste, and it'll look kind of normal. As a matter of fact, I've got an extra space here because I think I pushed my space bar by accident. But basically, when I click out of that, it centers, it's back to where it should be. That's really quick. So the shortcut for that on a Mac is Command Option Shift V. You've got to be pretty flexible to push all those buttons at the same time. On a PC, it's Alt and the letter V keys on your keyboard. So again, on a Mac, it's Command Option Shift V. I think in this particular case, it's probably just easier to navigate up to the word Edit and then select Paste and Match Style. It's grayed out because I don't have that selected, but that's a very long shortcut. But it is officially a keyboard shortcut, but definitely worth using. It'll save you a lot of headache when you do that, when you use this shortcut, Paste and Match Style. Outstanding. I'm going to close this out by clicking on the letter X. That's a great shortcut to remember. Okay, let me clear my preview window too. In fact, I'll push the F1 key. Haha, there you go. It came in handy for this lesson. That clears all. Okay, let's talk about the next shortcut, which is something that I think is very valuable, that for whatever reason, when you install ProPresenter in the toolbar, there's no button by default that will open up your audio bin. So how do you do that? Well, you can control click on this toolbar here and select Customize Toolbar. You can go get the audio bin. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. And you just drag it up. There it is, audio bin. You can drag that up, but I want to show you what the shortcut is, which is Control A. That's just much easier. So push Control A, your audio bin opens. On a PC, it's Control Shift A. And then you push those same keys again to close it. So in my case, it's Control A. I'll close the audio bin. I'll do it again, Control A to open it. And it's just very handy because it's good to have, access to your music instantly and quickly. Now, while I have the audio bin open, that leads me to my next shortcut, which I think is actually very good to have, very important and powerful. And I'm just going to show this to you. Now, it's not really a keyboard shortcut. Just officially, it's not a keyboard shortcut, but it's definitely a shortcut that you have to activate that I think is definitely worth doing. It's in your preferences. So if I navigate up here to my top menu and I navigate over here to the ProPresenter 6 text, I'll mouse click on that, and then I'll navigate to the word preferences. I'll go into the preferences by clicking on that. And in the advanced option here, in my preferences window, I'll click on that. I want to show audio meters or audio meter. I'll click that, and then look, I've got these audio meters here. And if I close this out, and I play one of these audio songs or audio files, I'll click on this. This might get a little loud here. It'll begin to play. And then I can see over here in my audio meters that I've got audio. Now I'm going to push the F5 key on my keyboard, which is another great shortcut. I'll push the F5 key now. And that's a shortcut to fade the audio down, all the way down. That's a great shortcut too, that F5 key. But anyway, having the audio meters there visually is outstanding reference for you, the ProPresenter operator, to know if there's an audio file associated to a media file, like a video clip. If someone's saying, no, there's an audio file attached to that, but you're not seeing meters, you'll know that there isn't, but you have to see the meters first, so you have to go activate it. So that's a great feature in itself to activate within ProPresenter. Okay, let's talk about the next shortcut that I think is actually a really, really good shortcut. I know a lot of ProPresenter operators out there are working with a multi-monitor setup. So they not only have their computer screen that they're working with, but you may have 1, 2, or 3 additional monitors that are an extension of ProPresenter. And you'll know what I mean for those of you that have multiple monitors. But one of the frustrating things that happen is you lose your mouse and you just can't find it. And you end up getting frustrated because you can't find it. Well, if you push Option M, like I just did, I don't know if you noticed, but my mouse just showed up dead center on my screen. On a PC, it's Alt M, the letter M. On a Mac, it's Option M. And that's great to have because I can tell you I've lost my mouse many, many times. And by pushing Option M on a Mac, it just reappears right in the center and boom, I'm ready to go. That's a great shortcut to remember. I love that one. Very handy. Okay, well, I want to thank you for your time. I'm certain that you're going to use these keyboard shortcuts for yourself because they are very, very handy. And I appreciate you watching this video, and look out for my next video where I'll talk about some other great features that ProPresenter has to offer.